Assemble! Stay dandy, baby.
We're going to take a look at the latest chapter of One Piece, which pretty much is dominated by one core concept, and that is the major introduction of Kaido's son. And it's not even an introduction, it's just a name drop. He has a son named Yamato.
And I was confused. I was like, wait, have we met a character named Yamato? And you're like, no, there's just like 15 of them in every anime. And I was like, oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You know, and the name not being interesting is not really a problem with me because we have an opportunity for either a awesome, badass, like Katakuri character or wait, is Katakuri cool? No, I'm thinking
Katakuri's awesome.
Yeah, no, he's cool. I'm so bad with names. I don't even trust myself when I say them now. Or we have like an extreme goofball that's about to get dropped like Whitebeard's fake, maybe real son.
Yeah.
So
whom the author might have forgotten about.
Where'd he go? And so that's interesting to me. It's like, where are they going to go with this? If he's goofy, he's going to become friends with Luffy. I'm just, was not supposed to rhyme.
Rest assured, if it rhymes, that's what's going to happen.
Then it's on time. I don't know what that means either. But the point is, if he's goofy, Luffy's going to run into him. They're going to, do some slapstick shit and like drink sake together or something's going to happen. He's going to pull the thorn out of his paw or something, and then they're going to be friends. But if he's serious, it's probably going to be more of a fight scenario, because most people that are serious fight Luffy and then like him.
Yeah.
And so I think that's interesting. But I also thought it was interesting that we started to see I forget all the structure and the names, but like their vice captains were talking with Kaido.
The Toby Roppo.
The Toby Roppo. They are all, or most of them are former captains of their own ships. And I find that interesting because when you look at all the different pirate crews, Luffy pretty much is friends. He just finds people he likes and makes them crew members through friendship power. And then you see Big Mom and you see that they're all related. So it's a family bond. And then when you see Kaido, there's like brute force. No, I just took the most badass people I could find and then made them submit, which is a pretty hard way to make a crew.
Yeah.
One, you have to be a complete badass to pull that off. And two, you also have to keep everyone in check constantly because they all have their own ambitions, and I see that kind of being a problem for Kaido because at any point when Kaido looks weak, they could all backstab him to get off and like take all his resources and start their own pirate crew again.
And some members of the Toby Roppo seem to have no problem in talking back to Kaido.
I think that Kaido understands that that's their personality, so that's not so much of a problem for him. He's just like, look, I have these. It's like if Luffy was in the room and he was one of Kaido's people, he would just talk back too, because that's just how he is.
But again, that makes him a very different type of villain. He's not like Frieza from Dragon Ball, where if you talk back to Frieza, you're probably going to die.
Instantly kills you.
Yeah. But that's not the way Kaido is. In a way, he sort of respects that sort of animalistic, beastly nature, which definitely goes with his overall theme.
Beast pirates.
Exactly.
Yeah. Besides the sun and the introduction to some dialogue with the Toby Roppo, was there much else going on here?
Not much. It was mostly just build up to seeing all the various different groups and their costumes making their way in. There are some things that I think are kind of interesting.
Were they making their way downtown?
How many times are you going to make that stupid joke?
I think that was the last one, but I might have one more in me. We'll just see.
That shows up in almost every video. Every podcast.
I have some good standbys, guys, and I'm going to,
Anywho, as I was saying, one of the things that I thought was really cool about this chapter, Frankie has invented a lot of new weapons and a lot of new things that they're going to have.
That's a good point.
I think Chopper was in a tank in this chapter,
yes,
which I think was kind of cool, and I think he was called like the Brachiosaurus tank.
He likes animals.
Yeah.
Well, isn't there like the submarine was the shark?
Yeah, it's all like every like thing that he creates has like an animal theme to it.
Yes.
So yeah, so they're all going to have like these really cool attack vehicles, which again gives us something a little different here. It's good to see Frankie doing more because again, like a lot of times he gets sidelined in these arcs, or he only has like a singular fight against like someone.
He doesn't seem to power through enemies. He just sort of like...
think he would.
Because he's super powerful.
Yeah.
He's got the radical beam. He's got all that other cool stuff. But he sort of is inventing his way through problems, which is kind of cool too. I'm not gonna lie.
It is a cool element, yeah.
His big mech is awesome. Like everything he has is cool. His fart jetpack is, I guess, a feature that he installed. I don't know. The point is that Frankie is a really cool character, and him having an awesome battle would not disappoint me at all. Like, it would be cool as hell.
Well, considering that this whole war is supposed to be like the best thing that Oda has ever created.
It's supposed to be on the Whitebeard fight that they had at Marineford.
Like times 10.
Yeah.
Like this needs to be, every Straw Hat needs to do something crazy. They all need to have like an amazing fight. There's enough people for them to fight. I mean, the Toby Roppo alone is going to take up a chunk of them, but I mean, there's all the other, there's the headliners and everything. That is another interesting aspect in this chapter. Going back to the Toby Roppo for a second, they're actually discussing with Kaido the possibility of them becoming the next group of headliners, and if like they succeed in everything that's going on and finding Yamato and figuring out where he is, they might gain that opportunity to challenge one of these headliners and actually take their place.
Which is, again, very different than a lot of other crews. You do not have Big Mom pirates fighting each other for ranking. It's just they're all on the same field, and then the strongest ones just get the opportunities, and no one really challenges them. And then, well, Straw Hat pirates aren't big enough to challenge each other. And they're all very defined as they were installed into the crew. You know, like Sanji's the cook, and Zoro's the swordsman, and Frankie's the ship guy. You know what I'm saying? And like Djembe's the helmsman, you know what I'm saying? Like everyone has a role, so they don't need to challenge each other. So it just, again, shows you that this crew is very like brutal.
Yeah.
You know, it's very much like the strongest person at that moment will have the best role. And just because you have seniority doesn't mean crap. Because if you're not strong anymore, you're out of here.
Going back to the Big Mom Pirates for a second, you know, there's a lot of characters in this arc, and it can be pretty easy to get confused.
Yep.
Are all the other members of the Big Mom Pirates here, or is it just
They mentioned
Big
that the
Mom?
ship had arrived.
Okay.
But the ship was already there, but maybe it's arriving to this island, or maybe another ship of the Big Mom Pirates had arrived.
Okay, because, I mean, we know that when Big Mom came to the island initially, she had a lot of her sons on board.
But not like the one...
But no Katakuri.
No, because he was still healing.
Yeah.
He might be there.
That's what I think is interesting. Like, what if Katakuri's... Are we already going to get a Luffy-Katakuri rematch?
No, there's no way Katakuri's going to fight Luffy. One,
You don't
because
think
he
so?
knows Luffy's better than him now. And two, he respects him. So he, like, straight up would probably just tell Big Mom I'm not going to fight him. I doubt he'd try to join Luffy.
Ooh, I would not want to say that to Big Mom.
No.
She would get pissed.
But, you know, Katakuri, I think, could easily dodge her. You know, he wouldn't have to fight her to win. He could just dodge her.
You know, it's funny. We've seen a little bit of Kaido, not enough, though. I still find Big Mom way more terrifying.
I think Kaido's just a straight brawler, while Big Mom has her devil fruit powers plus her ability to eat you plus her brute strength.
And the fact that she's completely unstable.
Yes.
Like, she has these intense mood swings. Like,
Kaido is actually a pretty straightforward guy.
Yeah.
You can kind of see that he is actually a pretty, if he's not drunk,
yeah, if he's not hammered.
then he's actually a pretty straightforward dude. And he makes sense most of the time when he's talking. I don't know. The idea of the Big Mom Pirates and the Beast Pirates having an alliance is very likely at this point. I don't think we need a Big Mom and Kaido marriage at this point.
I don't think that's going to happen.
I heard that theory somewhere on the internet.
But of course, that was also the big thing too. Like, a lot of people were theorizing when, you know, Kaido mentioned that he had a son. Could it be a character that we've actually seen before? Could it be Katakuri? Could Big Mom and Kaido have had like a fling in the past?
During the Rocks Pirates?
This basically confirms that's not the case, unless there's still something that we don't quite know yet about Yamato. So we'll have to wait and see.
We'll see. Again, Goofy. He's not going to be a threat. He's going to be more of a friend of Luffy, I can imagine. And then if he's serious, he's going to have a fight.
Speaking of Luffy, he might fuck up the plan soon. At the very end of the chapter, we get to see that a lot of Kaido's crew is just disparagingly throwing away a lot of food and being very wasteful and saying, hey, let's just throw it on the ground in front of the poor villagers and stuff, make them eat the dirt and stuff. And, of course, Luffy is reminded of what happened when he came to Wano for the very first time and met all these poor people who were starving. And he's got that, I'm about to kick someone in the jaw face.
Yes.
And he could potentially ruin everything by just immediately jumping in and start fighting.
But the plan, without Luffy being involved, was essentially send them in to make a distraction.
Yeah.
So
maybe this is the perfect way.
You just let Luffy near them, and then he makes a distraction. And then the side flank teams can go in and do their thing.
Yeah.
You know, so I feel like Luffy getting involved in a big, flashy, loud way is not actually a problem at all. And I forget if it was this chapter or last chapter when Jinbei said he's going to be hanging back with Robin to essentially give orders to people that like sure up the three fronts they're about to go on.
Well, we did see Jinbei in this chapter.
Okay.
And he actually had the beast pirate gear on.
Yeah, I think that was this chapter then.
Making him look even more like a demon.
Yes, he looks absolutely terrifying in that outfit.
But what I love most, I didn't fall in love with this chapter, but what I really love about it and like the previous chapter is that it's like slowly watching that spark go down that stick of dynamite and you're waiting for something to explode.
I don't know how much longer I can wait, though. It's like, you guys were so close to starting. Please start the next chapter. Please start.
Like, I really want it to kick off, though. Like,
Yeah.
I'm ready for... Because, it's not... Even when it starts, first they're going to have to sort of set things up, because that's the way One Piece does. They set up the fights, the battles, the conflicts, and then they start happening, and those go for a good while.
Yes.
Then again, those conventions could be broken in this arc, considering how large and crazy things are actually going to be. But like you, yes, I'm just ready for this stuff to start.
You guys, how long has this arc been going? I guess I just wanted to start. It feels like the arc hasn't even started.
We say that about every arc of One Piece.
I know. I just kind of want this arc to start. It feels like it hasn't even started. It just.
I think it's fully started, in my opinion.
Well, it has started, but I'm saying we've had a Wano side, and now we're gonna have the Beast Pirate phase of this is now starting.
Yeah.
We got the Wano. Here's the poor people. When. Okay, now we're actually getting the fight part. And that, to me, that almost feels like a whole nother arc is about to start.
We also had the entire backstory in the middle of Odin as well, which sort of broke everything up, which was not terrible, mind you, but
Short.
it was a lot shorter than even some of the other
2 chapters?
No, it was a lot longer than
just
that.
2?
No, it was more.
2?
It was more than that.
Yeah.
But it helps sort of break things up.
People are going to be so pissed at me. Is this guy even paying attention? Is what they're going to be saying? And
There's a lot to take in with One Piece.
There's so much.
There really is. Maybe we need to start taking more detailed notes.
No. We'll just have people curse us out in the comments. I like that more.
It's a lot easier that way.
Yeah.
But overall, I liked this chapter. Again, I'm ready for stuff to get started, though. The revelation that Kaido's son, his name is Yamato, is a pretty big deal. It means he's a character we have not seen yet, which, again, is just going to fuel so much more speculation for the future. That's where a lot of you guys are going to come in. We'd love to hear your thoughts about who Yamato could be, if he's going to be a major threat, if he's going to be a joke, as Christian says.
Yep.
We'll just have to wait and
Might
see.
be a clone of the first Hokage. We don't know.
We don't know. All I know is I liked this chapter, but still, I'm ready for it to go. I'm giving this one a 4 out of 5.
I completely agree. Awesome setup chapter. Getting to know more about Kaido's crew is very interesting to me. It's cool to see how other crews are put together and why, or what their dynamics are. Excited to hear what you guys say in the comment section below about this chapter. 4 out of 5.
All right, well, there it is, guys. Make sure to sound off in the comments section telling us what you thought about this latest chapter of One Piece, what you hope to see for the future of the Wano arc, whether it be theories or hopes and dreams for what sort of epic battles you're going to see. Let's just hear it all and have a big discussion all about it.